Hello everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. My name is Prasad Sonawane, Field Application Engineer from VVDN Technology. Today we are going to discuss about Altium 365. For upcoming webinars, please do visit our website www.vvdntools.com/event. Nowadays, we are facing this pandemic situation and some of our teammates are working from home. So in such cases, how we can manage data transfer, file sharing, how we can collaborate with colleagues, how we can collaborate with third parties like PCB manufacturer, assembly house. Also, the most important part is when you are developing any project, you must have control over that project for design files, output data, as well as component data management. Like when you are creating any new component, it should be accessible to all users from your team. So to control all these aspects, we will discuss about Altium 365, how we can collaborate with colleague, how we can collaborate with third parties or any third party contractors, how we can able to share the design with manufacturer or assembly house. Nowadays, we are accessing data from various locations like the office, the home, or any lab. For accessing this data, generally people are using third-party sharing options like Dropbox or any box facility where you can store your data, but it's a time-consuming as well as error-prone. Sometimes people need VPN access to do this. Sometimes people are having limited internet data to work. So to avoid such issues, Altium launched its own cloud storage where you are connected to people in your group. You can upload on clouds. You can upload the data on cloud storage using single click, and your colleague can access data easily from any device. Moving next, the important task is to access third-party data. You need a valid license to work on it. Suppose if you want to work on third-party data, any third-party drawing, design files, bill of material, need a valid license to work on it. Sometimes third-party file viewer required to view data, but it's difficult task to manage third-party licenses for all team members, and also it's not cost effective. To overcome this, Altium 365 gives access directly through web browser. No additional third-party licenses required. You can view, read, comment on data through web browser only. Sharing design data with manufacturer. To manufacture PCB is the key aspect of any object. To do this, we need to share our design data with manufacturer initially. Sometimes design file size is too large to share, or you don't want to share your confidential data with any third-party user due to security reasons. To avoid this, you can control access of any user in Altium 365. You can provide read-only access in this type of cases. Third-party users can only read and comment on data as per requirement, but they cannot store your confidential data at their location. So basically, Altium 365 is a cloud-based platform. Those who are having current Altium subscription, they can easily access Altium 365, and workspace is isolated and secure, and you can manage your team members access, and this is hosted by Altium 365 platform. Now we will move to demonstration how we can access 365 and how we can deal with project sharing, documentation sharing. I hope my Altium Designer screen is visible to you. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, it's visible.
Thank you. So here we have option. Let me sign in first. See, here is the option for Altium 365 cloud base. So 365 workspace is related to company. Let me. So VVDN Technologies is our workspace. So I'm opening any project. I'm opening from local project, the project which is saved at my local files. So suppose this is my schematic. Okay, I completed my schematic, and this is my PCB. So this is PCB which I created. I want to share this project with my colleague. So I will just right click on project, and the first option is make project available online. That means if you see there is a cloud storage option. Cloud option is left to the make project available online. In a single click, you will get access for this project. So I am just clicking on make project available online. Here you will get a window. You can give a project name as well as a description if you want to give any description. So I will just give description, please review. Enable formal version control allows multiple contributor to work on the same project. If you want to work on project at the same time with multiple people, you can enable this option, and I'm clicking just OK. So my project is going to share with my colleague, which is available in my workspace. So if you see here, the green tick mark shows that the project is available on Altium 365 workspace. So now we will move towards Altium 365 workspace. So just sharing. So I'm just typing 365.altium.com. Here I will get my 365 workspace in the web browser. As I said, the Altium 365 can be accessible from a web browser. Here, this is the main window of Altium 365. In the project option, you will get all the projects which you shared earlier. Now I shared the boost converter here. So the project is and last modified less than 1 minute ago. So you will get all the projects here. So next is the component which are available on your Altium 365 workspace. You can access these components from here. Then team. So we have 3 people in our team. So you can invite the team member from here. Also in the admin, you can change the role, or you can assign the role for a particular people or a particular persons in your team. So now moving to the project, I shared boost converter projects. So the boost converter project. So this is my project which I shared from Altium Designer, and we are viewing in web browser. So this is my schematic design. See, if you zoom in, you will see the same design which we created in Altium Designer, the exact view from of Altium Designer. In the PCB, you will get PCB view. Then in the 3D view, you will get 3D view of the PCB. And in the bill of material, you will get bill of material related to that project. So moving to the PCB. So here is the option. As I said, you can comment from Google Chrome or any web browser which you are accessing 365. The comment panel is accessible. Okay, so I am just commenting. Here you will get the option to create a comment. So I am just selecting the C7, capacitor C7, and the comment panel is open. So I am commenting like move C7 to right, move capacitor, move capacitor towards right. So move capacitor towards right. So I am just posting this comment. See, the comment is posted. Now, if you go to here, you will see the comment Prasad Sonawane commented, move capacitor towards right. So we'll go to Altium Designer and we'll see how we can see this comment as well as how the changes we are making in Altium, how these are reflecting in 365 workspace. So I'm sharing my Altium Designer screen. Hope my screen is visible to you. I'm opening the project. Now I want to refresh the project. In the version control, I have to refresh the project to see the comment. So if you go to panel comments, you will see comment which we commented from web browser. We have received that comment in comment section in Altium Designer. So Prasad Sonon is commented like move capacitor towards right. So I'm just moving this capacitor C7 to right. Now the routing as well as component we have slightly moved towards the right. So we'll go to project panel. We'll save this PCB document. Yeah. Here you will get the symbol is changed. Why? Because we have modified this PCB. So the symbol is for modified. So we need to post these changes into Altium 365. So just we will right click on the project. We will go to version control, commit whole project. As soon as I clicked on commit whole project, the schematic documents are not available to share because we have done changes in only PCB. So only the PCB document is get modified. So I will just comment C7 moved to right. And as soon as I clicked on commit and push, we will check the changes in Altium 365 in the web browser. So I will just refresh the project once. I will again open this project. So now if you go to PCB, we have shifted C7 towards right. So this real-time changes are this Altium 365 showing real-time changes in the PCB as well as schematic which you are doing. Now by going to command panel, you have the option to resolve the query. So I am just clicking the resolve. That means our query is resolved. C7 is shifted to right. Now if I want to move, so I will again add the comment like suppose if I want to rotate the L2, so I will add a comment again. So I will add L2 in comment panel, rotate L2. Yeah, rotate L2 and I will post this to, yeah, I'm posting this comment into web browser. Now again we will check how we can receive this comment in Altium Designer. So I'm moving to Altium Designer. So now again I need to refresh this from version control. I'm refreshing the project. If now I'm going to here, you will see the comment is updated, rotate L2. Otherwise you can go to panel comment. You will get the second comment. The first comment we have resolved. Now we received the second comment, rotate L2. So if I click to this comment, I will redirect to that portion which we drawn in the web browser. So I will just rotate this C2. So now we have made changes in the L2. We have rotated this L2 component. Again, Now we'll go to project. We'll save this PCB from version. We'll save this PCB. Save. Now again you will get the modified option. So we have modified the L2. So now we need to commit the project again. So I'm going to commit whole project. Again we have modified the PCB. So I'm commenting L2 rotated L2. Please review. Rotated L2. Please review. I'm just commit and pushing. So the changes will be redirecting to 365. So I'm again sharing the 360 my 365. So now initially L2 was like this. We have rotated the L2. So I will again refresh the project. I will refresh project again. Now I'm opening boost converter again in the project. So if you are going to PCB, you will see that L2 is changed. Okay. New data is available. If you open, you will get L2 get rotated. So again, by going to comment panel, I will resolve this comment by clicking resolve. So your comment is you are commented for two components and the queries are resolved. One is for component shifting, another is for component rotation. Likewise, you can create comments here. You will get notification in Altium Designer comment panel. You can simply changes. You can simply do changes in Altium Designer that will reflect in Altium 365. That means it's a real-time sharing option. Whenever you are doing changes in any project, the changed project is accessible to all the users. You can download the information from here also. The download option, you will get the PCB schematic as well as step model download option. You can download the files whatever you required. Now we will see this is related to the project options related to the schematic as well as PCB. Now we will move towards how we can manage our component, because here we can manage components also. So in the components we can manage these are the some basic categories: audio, batteries, fuses, mechanical component, radio, RF, switches, transformers, transistor, uncategorized components. So we can manage our library also here in Altium 365. So we will see how to create component and how to store your component in Altium 365. So if I go to miscellaneous component, suppose I'm going to miscellaneous category, here I will see three components. Okay, TPS74801 and these two 32-bit 64-bit KISS component. So I will add one more component into miscellaneous. So we'll see how to add and how to store the component in Altium 365. So I'm moving to my Altium Designer. So to create a new component onto Altium 365, we have option file, new, component. So here you will see the categorized folder option, audio, batteries, which we saw in Altium 365 workspace. So I am creating component in miscellaneous. So I am selecting, for instance, I am selecting miscellaneous. You can select the category, whatever the component requires. So I'm selecting miscellaneous and I'm opening the component. Here you will get the component window in which you can give the name as well as a description of the component. Here is the parameter like maximum operating temperature, minimum operating temperature, same as the parameters which we are creating during schematic libraries. So you can simply add link, datasheet or parameter. If you want to add any parameter, you can simply add parameter, give the parameter name as well as parameter value. Okay, and part choices, if you want to add any part choices, like if you want to add any manufacturer detail, like then you can add a part choices. So I'm here is the option to add symbols also, like you can add the schematic symbol, footprint symbol, any simulation model. If you want to add for a particular component, you can add. I'm just selecting component from manufacturer part search. So here you can click on three dot, you will redirect to manufacturer part search. So I'm selecting selecting LM317. So it will show all LM317. From the filter option, you can apply the filter, number of pins, surface mount, SMD or through terminal position, output voltage, what output voltage you required. So as per the filter, you can filter out your component. You can select a desired component, and you will get 22 supplier part number for this. Like you will get SPN also. So I'm just selecting this part, which is having 20 SPN LM317 MDT TR. So I'm selecting this and I'm clicking OK. So the parameters as well as part choices and symbols updated as per manufacturer part search, because in the manufacturer part search the symbol and footprints are available. So here LM317, the parameter part choices got updated, description and name. So if you want to add any other footprint, you can add another footprint. If you want to delete any footprint, you can delete footprint from here also. If you want to modify the footprint, you can modify the footprint also. Here you can remove the footprint also, or footprints. So if you want any particular footprint to set as a default, so you can set default footprint, and you can remove, add the footprint from here. Once you completed this data, you can simply go to file and save to server. So I'm just closing this. Yeah. So this component I have created. Okay. And I am just file, save to server. Once I click, it is validation is done, as well as we have one error. Okay. If you want to see the error, you will get missing pin designator in sequence 214. Suppose if you want to release the component with error, you can release the with ignore violations and continue release option. So I'm just releasing the component, and this is a release note. If you want to add any note to a particular component, so you can add a release note also. So I'm giving initial release. Yeah, initial release. In the advanced option, you can give the name as per your requirement. If you want to change the name, you can change the name. Component revision you can change, and description. Suppose if you want to add delete any specific description, so you can change that also. So I'm just clicking OK. Prepare release data for preparation in progress. So component releasing is in progress. Yeah. So now we'll go to the Altium 365 and we'll see how the component is stored in 365. So I'm stopping my sharing again. We'll go to 365. Share. Yeah. Here initially there are 3 components. So I will refresh the component panel once. Okay, I will go to miscellaneous component, because we have selected miscellaneous component while creating. So I'm just opening. Now we have created LM317 in the miscellaneous devices. So you will get LM317 component. Here you can also the option to delete the component or show in octopart. Now the next thing is, we have stored this component at Altium 365. How we can use this component in our schematic? This is the main task, because we have saved in 365. But what is the purpose to save here? So we'll move to Altium Designer. So I'm just opening any new schematic, and I want to use that LM317. Okay, so I'm just opening any schematic. Go to panel and component. Here my components are available. Here I will see available components. So I will just refresh the library once. Okay, as soon as I refresh the library, I will go to miscellaneous, and my LM317 is ready to use. See, with the models. 3 models I have in LM317. 3 models we have released in creation of the component. So I will just see the component. I will just simply add this component to my schematic. See, And this is a real-time component creation as well as real-time component usage. So you can create any component which you want to require, and you can use it on your PCB. So now if I want to delete any component from Altium 365, how I can delete and how I can remove that component from my component library. So again, we'll move to Altium 365. In the miscellaneous panel, if I want to delete this LM317 which I created, so I will just scroll right to this. I will just delete this component. I think it's loading. No issues. We will delete this TPS 74801. So I will delete this component. Sorry for inconvenience. I hope my screen is visible to you. Can anyone confirm?
Yes, sir, visible this Altium 365 page.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm moving to the components window. So I'm going to the miscellaneous document, and I'm selecting this TPS to be deleted. So I'm deleting this TPS. So here is the delete option. You can delete the component. So I will delete the TPS. So now we have only, I will again delete one more component. Delete. So we'll have only two components, KISSESC and LM317 to be accessed in the Altium Designer. So we'll move to Altium Designer again. So here initially we will have four components. So now I have deleted two components from miscellaneous. So I will just click on refresh option. As soon as it refresh the miscellaneous component, you will see only two components which is to be accessible in the Altium Designer. So component creation as well as component deletion is quite simpler, as well as real-time creating. Suppose if you want to change any component, any parameter or any symbol, if you want to change any of the object in the component, you can simply change in the Altium, and you can release that component in 365. The your other colleagues can access that real-time changed component. So component creation as well as component deletion is a bit simpler in using Altium 365. Now this is only related to the single component. Okay, and we are dealing most of the components in a single project. So suppose if you want, if I want to manage multiple components in my project using Altium 365, so we can directly migrate our library using library migrator. We have library migrator option. So I will show how to migrate the library, how to migrate the library. So go to File, Library Migrator. So you can open the library migrator. So this is the basic window of library migrator. I am adding the library which I want to migrate to Altium 365. So go to integrated. So I have a library which want to migrate. Here is the SMT register. One is the NPN general purpose transistor and one TL431 here. Okay, so we'll migrate our library. So here is the one register and two uncategorized component. That means we want we need to define component type. So that's why it is showing uncategorized component. So I will assign the component type. So suppose BC847, I will select. Yeah, so for BC847, we will select a transistor. And here for TL431, I will select IC. So suppose logic. Yeah. So we have selected BC 847 as NPN in transistor, and TL431 in integrated ICs logic. So I have assigned a component type. So I will migrate this library. So you will see library migration process. See, migration successful completed. Migrated component 3. We have 3 components as well as migrated model 6. For all these 3 components, we have 3 footprints as well as 3 schematic symbols. So I will close this. We'll go to 365. I will just refresh my component window. We have given TL43 BC847 in the transistor. So we'll go to transistor. See, here you will get BC847. Okay, now BC847 is reflected in Altium 365, and in the logic integrated ICs, we have stored TL431 programmable reference. We have stored TL431 in the ICs, and in the register we have stored register. So I will go to register 100K 1206. So we have stored this register. So these components are stored in 365. Now I want to use all these 3 components in my schematic. So I'm moving to my Altium designer. So I'm closing this library migrator. Yeah. Now go to panel, again go to components. You can simply refresh the component library once. Okay, now if you go to register, see 100K 1206. We have migrated this 100K 1206. So I will just add this register to my schematic, as well as I want to add my TL431. So I will go to integrated library, integrated circuits, the logic. I have TL431. So I just want to use TL431. And from transistor, I want to use BC847. So my BC847 is ready to use with all schematic symbols as well as PCB footprint. If you see here, you will get the symbols as well as footprint. Okay, so you can simply migrate your library, or you can create any new component from Altium Designer. It will directly reflect to Altium 365, and you can simply use it, delete it whenever you required, and you can again create any component as per your requirement. So this is related to the Altium 365. Only the thing is, yeah, only the thing is related to the Altium 365. You need a valid Altium Designer license with subscription. Then you can simply go to 365.altium.com and you can use your Altium 365 workspace. Follow us on social media, Facebook, YouTube also. In the on YouTube, you will get all webinar recordings under VVDN Tools, and in LinkedIn also. If you have any question, you can type in a chat window, or else you can ask your questions.